Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are. I hope everybody's really doing well. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the live stream. Based on so first a quick review on Bitcoin. Yesterday I mentioned that the May opens is going to be very very vital. There are two possibilities for Bitcoin. I mean, this was our path overall for how we see Bitcoin actually on the lower term time frame basically. So the path perfectly aligns, and this is how the plan was for Bitcoin to move. This is all what we discussed yesterday actually. So if you look at here on the Bitcoin, I mean, we anticipated that will be a good bounce from here to 60,600 to maybe somewhere around 60k levels. Very good levels. 60,000 May opens is a good levels, and definitely there has to be some bounce on Bitcoin from those levels. So I think at this point where we are right now, very crucial point that we are into at this point on Bitcoin basically. So what do we expect now for Bitcoin, ladies and gentlemen, on the lower term time frame? I'm just going to delete it for now, everything, and just let's try and understand. Basically, now we are flipping the Monday lows, which is a good sign. In fact, the fundings are negative. Good morning, Rollman. Hi, everyone. First of all, the update for the maintenance for the bot is done, and I'll be starting giving access of indicators today to all the members one after another. Because I have to do it manually, so a little bit of time is going to take, but definitely by end of the day, even if I have to stay awake for night because a lot of members, so I have to give it manually for the first and for the first time. So I'll just probably maybe try to give it by end of the day actually to each and every one of you. As you know that we have 5 indicators, so yeah, I mean it's a big task for me actually. But anyways, looking to the BTC chart over here, ladies and gentlemen, one thing is, as I mentioned, we had a perfect falling wedge, or you can say bullish wolf waves on the lower time frame. Now that bullish wolf waves, whether it's valid or not, it's a question. But what I see so far is the move on the downside. That was like that was like a B wave over here, and that is like maybe 1, 2. But the two is really deeper. But let's say if this is 2, then this has to be 5. So this is like a wave C. And also on 15 minutes time frame, we got that white candle with the volumetric at the support. May opens 60,761 as a good support. So basically overall I think it was a good move on an upside for Bitcoin. For those who caught it from the yesterday's stream, amazing, congratulations. And for those who are still on sidelines, I've given a limit for scalps, so we're gonna play that scalps actually, because why I feel that we should be playing some scalps on BTC. Two reasons. Because the pump that we are watching on BTC is in 5 waves. It's not in some sort of a ABC or some sort of a zigzag. It's a very bullish impulsive move on an upside for Bitcoin. So that's one thing. So, and hence I personally think that the move on the BTC is a bullish impulsive move. Hence we should be aiming or looking for dips to buy on Bitcoin actually. I really think that we should be aiming or we should be looking for dips to buy. I mean, there is no reason for us to not buy the dips in my view. We have to be very optimistic about buying the dips, because remember, finally, finally our target is to finally our target is to play the trend. That's what we're gonna do. So there are few coins that are looking bullish. I think RNDR is looking very bullish, so I'll just come up with that. FET is also looking so great, give a good reaction at 2.15 and still holding up it, as I mentioned yesterday as well. That's going to be a good support of 211, and we are holding up. We have not flipped the 2.24 as well, so we are looking good. I'm looking bullish on FET for now. But let's see. We got a very interesting double bottom, so that is not safe actually. Let's go to the Bitcoin first and also go to the USD dominance. So before we go to the BTC as well, I just wanted to show you what the USD dominance looks like. Now, I honestly wanted USD dominance to go on an upside towards 5.24% before giving any sort of a bigger retracement. Now that we are testing, the neckline over here, basically we got a 5 waves on an upside. Practically, that's 5 waves is done for USD dominance. And what we may be expecting next would be, maybe some sort of an ABC, like hit this and something like this, and then I would like to see another move on an upside like this for a USD dominance, after which it should be looking for more and more dump, ideally. Even if you look at from the Fibs perspective on a USD dominance, because we have a 5 waves, so naturally I would like to see some sort of a ABC move on a downside for USD dominance, taking it towards 786 to 886 Fibonacci levels. So something like this would really, we can also go one more move on the downside to golden pocket zone, and from there a small push on an upside, and then we going back down to 786 Fibonacci levels, after which we can run it up to this. So if we keep this in mind, our plan for Bitcoin would be very, very clear as well. What will be the plan at that point of time? Let's say the local bottom is in for Bitcoin. So that was your local bottom at the monthly opens. Of course, we got a good reaction. We also had a volumetric candle support. As you can see, the white candle over here on the 1 hour, I have access of all the indicator. I gave all access to myself first, so I was already having it, guys. I'm sorry for that. But we need to reach to the 786 64.4. So how I think it can do, basically, as I mentioned, 62,000 is what I would like to see, something like this, maybe 61.1 as well, and from there push it up to 64,400. Some sort of this sort of a move would be very, very nice for us to catch the a good scalp on Bitcoin, in my view. So hence, I don't see BTC going anywhere under 61,600, because if you're bullish, we should not be going under 61,600, and we should be aiming for a move on an upside to 64.4. After that, I'm aiming for a move on the downside, another move on the downside, which is likely going to take BTC to our the primary target, as I mentioned. If you remember the swing I gave you at 58,005, yes, that limit order is still valid one, because I'm expecting this to be a bigger M pattern. So that's what the XAB is, the M pattern I'm expecting on BTC to form. So that's your local top for sure, in my view. Now that we got move on the downside, that's a perfect, like I would say, 0.5 fib. And I would like to see it move up to 786, maybe even 702, can even go to 886, but let's say for now. And I would like to see a move downside to 886 Fibonacci levels. Somewhere around 57,600 to $58,000. So practically this AM pattern would also mean that it is very, very bullish. So I think for a few days, maybe we can just, chop around a little bit, and then probably run it up from here to 68, 69,000, finishing this whole AM pattern. And then we're going to play the bigger, W pattern on the Bitcoin. So the W pattern going to play out, because this AM pattern is a very small AM pattern inside the bigger W pattern. So overall I see BTC, this is your XABCD pattern. So basically that's your bigger W pattern. This is a W pattern, or a cipher that we we mentioned yesterday. We talked about it yesterday on the stream, and inside this W pattern we are going to see as another small M pattern. This is what things are shaping. This is how things are shaping for now, and that's where things become very, very interesting. It's still, we need a little bit more confirmation whether this M pattern is going to play out, but looking to the structure, 5 waves on an upside clearly indicates that yes, we are locally bottomed and we really want more upside on Bitcoin. So practically this is not the time to short anything, in my view. Even yesterday, a lot of people asked me whether we should short here at 60,000. Why would we short? We are shorting like support. 60,655. You need to understand, my friends. When the price is at monthly opens, you don't short it. When price is at previous week, previous week equilibrium, we don't short it. This is the levels, very good levels. We have a volumetric candle, the bigger 2 hour volumetric candle. We don't short it actually. only a blind people would short it in my view. And you also have a volumetric candle above the support. We also had a support. We discussed about this from the SR perspective. 60,761 is our support. So practically don't make sense for us to, go short on Bitcoin at that point of time. Right now also, if you really want to short, I would say no, we are not shorting it. We will be looking, we want to short. I think we can try short over here around Monday mid of 64,131 and 64.4. That is what we should shorting. The worst case scenario for BTC would be, in case if we are bullish, we can really go up from here to 67,700. So the bottom would be in for here for the wave 2 or wave B. This would be the bottom, and we should be trading going back up to 67.7. That's how the worst case scenario would be for BTC. So it just finishes the whole pump in like single whole stretch. It just finishes it off, and then from there we started dumping bigger towards 58, 59, 55 to $54,000 at that point of time. If we start moving from here to 68, 69,000, then it will mean that this is your ABC is your wave 2 over here, or wave B, and we would be aiming for running up towards a higher move or impulsive move towards 68,000 at that point of time, and that would finish the whole W pattern. So that's what we have for BTC. It perfectly fits with our analysis from the USD dominance perspective. So I think it's buy the dips, guys, and do not try to short anything at this point. Also, good news is for those pro premium members who have access to our indicator, like the signal indicator. We have updated the signal indicator to add inside the signal indicator how the signal indicator performing is. So basically, it is going to also show you the total number of trades given by the signal indicator for a specific coin. So if you're on Bitcoin chart, it's gonna show you the total number of trades given, out of which how many were wins, how many were losses, where to exit, where to exit the longs, where to exit the short. Also, it's going to tell you the win percentage. Also, it's going to tell you what is the total percentage, so that you can plan your trade. So I just checked it. Actually, it was really good for Bitcoin on 15 minutes time frame since 2020. I checked it for more than 230 trades. Overall, the result was so amazing, with a 73% win rate on 15 minutes time frame. For the best win rate was, to my surprise, the best win rate was on 2 hours with more than 85%, and 4 hours was almost like 95%. So I was very, very surprised. Actually, I never expected 4 hours to give that sort of a good results. Overall, the 4 hours is going to give very limited, very, very limited, I would say, swings, but those swings are very, very good. Actually, even the daily results are amazing. With almost close to 68% win rate, and 5 minutes chart on the Bitcoin was giving roughly around 59% to 62% win rate, actually, which is still not bad. Anything above 50% is good, actually. 50%. So we just want to check. I have asked my developers to add the percentage as to what would be the total net gains we would be making, the RR that we will be making, because RR is important, as well as the the win percentage, so that the percentage column is missing yet. So we will update it by end of the day as well, and so that you guys can know which alts is having a good performance, which alts are you can just play accordingly. Actually, you can also test it for specific. I'll just update you and make a small video on it as well by as and when I get the update from the developer. So let's say on this dip, what else we should be buying, guys? So my favorite, or first of all we should be buying, is RNDR. It's looking really good at this point. Overall, it seems to be like a bullish, and it can really pump it up towards practically the highs as well, even though we have reached the 141 fib, but overall I see RNDR is still finishing its wave 5. So let's say from the fifth perspective, if I have to tell you the levels, yes, 12.2 is what we should be aiming for RNDR to pump it up more. So what are the dip levels, or the buy the dip levels for RNDR in my view? Any move BTC goes towards as I mentioned, to the $62,000 to 61.6. Anywhere we get a retest, whatever the price RNDR would be, we should be buying it. The best would be, in my view, the 1 for 5 around $10. If it gives us a $10, I think we should be buying it for RNDR. FET, for those who are still not in an FET, same. I would like to see FET giving a retest of 2.24 to $2.2. So if you get that, you can have some scalps with a very tight stop loss on FET. Then you should also be looking for BNB as well. BNB is also looking great. Now I'm not looking for some shitcoin play actually over here. More or less, I'm looking for a very good scalps or alts that are looking very strong. One of the alt that are looking good is BNB, because it's accumulating, it's forming a strong triangle over here, which is like, to me, very, very bullish. If you really ask me, yes, this triangle is bullish. I really don't see any bearishness over here. So practically, any breakout, any breakout is going to lead for a run up to 700 to maybe even $800. So practically BNB, any breakout you get it around 619 or 620 should be a long. So basically, I think BNB is likely going to see a nice breakout on an upside. It's accumulating for another run up. The volume is drying up over here. So basically, it is done most likely with the more and more compression. So the next would be an expansion on BNB. One more alt that I would like to tell you is NEAR. Yes, NEAR is very, very bullish, guys. Do not try to mess with the NEAR. I think the only levels you need to understand NEAR is 7.61. Once that level is flipped, 7.61 on 4 hours, maybe 2 consecutive 4-hour candle close, or maybe single candle as well, I think we should be buying NEAR. And the target for the NEAR, as you mentioned, around $14 would be the target, because that is a very wonderful target, and I think it's going to go impulsive, so we should be ready for it. So 7.61 is what we want NEAR to flip. One more alt, INJ. I think again I'm going to repeat again and again. Once INJ flips 27.6, we should be buying. But now, why should we wait for 27.6? Because I see INJ now, if you look at here, it's a clean 5 waves. You see here, there's like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Clean 5 waves, and then you have A, B, and C. A very nice ABC. So I think the INJ should also be doing something like this. Any retest on INJ towards the intermediary support of 23.4 to 23.5. Any retest, I would like to see INJ doing something like this, at least to give a bounce towards 25.5, and the best would be to retest 27.6. In case if next time INJ flips this 27.6, we are running up to 33, maybe even $45. So it's gonna go very, very quickly. It's like a double bottom to me at this point. So I think INJ should also be in our radar actually at that point of time. Pepe, 5 waves are done. My plan is still same. I would be looking to rebuy on a retest of this zone. One more alt, you should be aiming for to look on longs is FTM, Phantom, or maybe you can have a look at Atom. So Atom, Atom is still having playing this fan. It's holding up very nicely. The lows, $9. I mean, I would just like to see it flip the trend line. Once it flips the trend line of 9.8, 9.9, I would be giving you Atom spot bags again with a very tight stop loss. And my target would be, as you know, the target would be $20 for Atom. But definitely this is coming. It's a bigger accumulation than you think. It's very similar to what we had for Link. Dot is a hold, guys. It's going to give us a good money. I think it's bounced from our support of 6.8, as I mentioned on the previous stream as well. It's holding up. It's flipped. The daily is looking good on Dot, as you can see here. Everything is green. As you can see, RSI green, BB green, EMA Confluence green, is red, but I think it should turn green. Oh my God, Cross Confluence have turned for the first time green. 50 Confluence green. So I mean, looking really, really good in my view. Dot is holding up the biggest support over here. So I think Dot is a hold actually. You should not be selling it. Our spot bags, my entry 7.395. So I'm just gonna hold it. The minimum target for Dot is around 9.9, 9.6. So in case, even if it's forming head and shoulder and it's a bearish pattern, Even if it's forming a head and shoulder, I expect DOT to run it at least to 9.6, 9.7, and then maybe form and maybe something like this. Probably is there. But looking to the structure, I think DOT should do something like this. And it should do something like this. Let's see. But DOT is also a hold, guys. We have literally tried to caught it bottom, so hold it. DOT is also looking great. So I mean, this is what I have for now. Lot of people are asking me where we should be buying alts. Remember, this was our plan for total. I think I mentioned yesterday as well. Any retest of this, and we are getting a very interesting move on an upside, which is good. But I still expect it to go for towards 2.12 to 2.11 dollars, $11 trillion. After that, we get an impulsive move on an upside. So total is also looking good overall. Yeah, total once total to flips equilibrium, as I mentioned, of 1.04 trillion. Once that is flip, I think you should be running to buy alts. Why? Because this move can be a very interesting A, B, C, a sharp move, and that was like 1, 2, A, B, C, some sort of A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, retest, and also Ethereum starts running back up. So I think the most preferred scenario would be buy Ethereum, guys. Yesterday also I mentioned to any double bottom or any retest. We already got a retest of 2934, so I'm not sure if it's going to give you 2932, 2935, but any retest you get it should be bought. By target for Ethereum is on this move on an upside with 3130. And if you remember yesterday also I mentioned that it's going to target the PVP and SVP basically. Hold on, come on. Yep. So basically our target was the minimum target of 3066, which is going to be achieved, and then later at some point 3138 is going to come. And after that, I would like to see an M pattern on ETH towards 2900, and then it should give us good breakout towards 3314. There is a huge liquidity on and upside as well, till 3500. So I think Ethereum should be our next bag along with Bitcoin as well. So I'll be looking for more accumulation because ETH Bitcoin over here is looking good, yet it's holding up the support. So let's see if it can hold here. It would be very, very interesting in my view. So let's see. But Ethereum is looking good for now. It's perfectly playing the plan. LTF bounce to 3,100 something, and then further down to 2,900 would be very, very nice. So guys, it's not that, we are most likely going to see a massive move on an upside in BTC. It might happen as well, we never know. But what I can see so far is there is a 5 waves on a lower than time frame completion. So we need to go wait for a wave 2, which will happen. Eventually, it's going to happen. So we need to really wait for that wave 2 to come so that we can just buy the dip and we can ride it to 64.4. So just hold the, just hold our spot bags, which we bought at 61,450, and 50% coin margin contracts as well. Just hold it. Do not short it. Try to short it at this point, even if it looks great. Also, hold the FET, guys. FET, I think, would run it up to $3 minimum, and if everything goes well, it can literally run it up to $7.5 to $8 in my view. That is where it should top out, and that's where I'm literally going to exit it. I mean, I'm not going to wait for $10, $20. No, anywhere close to $8, I'm going to exit. Even I would try to start exiting from $7 itself. I won't even wait for the perfect $8 actually. But that's for the today's quick live stream, and I hope you like it and love it. Just press the like button, guys. And also the trend screener is done. The bot is the prop bot is done. There is some good things happening for the prop guys. First of all, apologies that we wanted it for you guys to get funded in the month of March itself, but it wasn't happen. Even the April month we did not even we could not do it actually. But don't worry, I think things would be very, very good actually going ahead, and I will personally be looking taking care of you guys for the prop funds inshallah going ahead actually. So that's all for today's stream, ladies and gentlemen. This is our plan, and stay focused on this plan, USD dominance overall, I think 5.2% is going to happen. Overall, it's bullish. We got a diagonal, so I think this is more like an ABC scenario on USD dom. Unless it starts dumping straight away towards 786 from here, then the things are going to be different. Then this count is not going to play out. Then it will be more like irregular expanded flat with sweep lows one more time, and then we look for an upside, which would mean that the bottom is in for BTC, and we would be doing irregular expanded flat. So practically, we are just likely going to chop between May opens as well as $65,000. So right now, this is the plan. We're going to follow this plan. We have set up a limit 62,000, 62,000 to 61.6 or $62,500 to $62,000 for Bitcoin. Hold on. Which one was that? Yeah, $62.3 to $62,000. So we're just going to stick to that limit for now, and I think we should be playing that because the target would be 64.4 is my minimum target. In case if we go for impulsive move, 66,000, 68,000 is going to be my target. INJ, yes, INJ target would be anywhere close to 45 plus in my view. So that's all. I'll be checking Pendle later on. I just have to leave a little bit early. So that's all for today's stream, guys. If you have any questions, queries, do ask me on the Discord. Okay, do not worry about anything, guys. We're gonna make it, inshallah. That's all.